Over the last few months, a theme has emerged, people reaching out publicly and privately. Whenever a theme like this emerges, that's how I know it's time to make a Till We Make It. This one will run the gamut from asthma to analgesia. I'm Mike Quackenbush, and this is Till We Make It. Throughout my career, I've been really fortunate. I have worked in front of the cameras as a pro wrestler, referee, ring announcer, and commentator. And I've worked behind the scenes too as a promoter, booker, agent, consultant, and coach, which will be relevant to today's topic. If you're passionate about the craft of professional wrestling and you're never done learning all about it, then you have landed in the exact right place, my friend. Join the Till We Make It tribe. Subscribe down below and enable the notifications while you are there. YouTube thinks that one's really important. Today I want to talk about your pro wrestling future if you are contending with a medical condition. Up front, let me tell you that there isn't one uniform answer that's going to work for every single scenario. At my Wrestle Factory, the standard has always been that we accept people with various medical conditions on a case-by-case basis because each case is unique. Having said as much, there are 4 pointers we gotta cover on this topic. Up first, and most importantly, you've gotta have an honest conversation with your primary care physician, your regular doctor, and tell them truthfully what it is you intend to do, and do not downplay the risks. If you're speaking to someone who's completely unfamiliar with the nuances of the pro wrestling art form, let them know that this is a rugged, rigorous physical activity that will include impacts similar to what a football player feels when they are tackled. Analogize it in that way, and they are likely to understand what it is you're about to undertake. Point number 2. If your doctor agrees, the next conversation you need to have is with the owner or head trainer of the pro wrestling school where you plan to enroll. And you need to be open and honest with them about the disease that you have, whatever your medical condition might be, some other malady. There's a piece of hardware that was put inside of you as part of a medical procedure. Whatever that thing is, you need to disclose that honestly to them. And in the event that your doctor signs something giving you permission to pursue this, present that during that discussion. Point 3, if everyone is in agreement and you decide to go ahead and enroll for pro wrestling training, then you and the owner or the head trainer need to come up with an emergency plan. So just to give you an example from my own career, years ago, I had a trainee in-house who had a specific medical condition, and in the event that it ever flared up to an emergency situation level, I needed to give them an injection, and I knew exactly where that was in their bag every single time they were at class. Now, fortunately, in the brief period of time that we're training here, that never came up. But the fact that we had an emergency plan in place allayed a lot of anxieties. Point 3A, like this video. If you haven't liked it yet, would you like this video? Point 4, be prepared for the fact that you're going to be expected to sign a waiver, and I want you to know, you're not being singled out. You're not being asked to sign the waiver just because you have a medical condition. At any reputable pro wrestling school, this is standard practice. Everyone signs the waiver, not just you. My attorney's got a filing cabinet full of thousands of them going back decades. Signing an injury waiver is just part and parcel with training. It means that you are waiving the financial and legal responsibility should something happen to you while you are training at that school. And again, this is a standard practice. I certainly appreciate that this may not go quite as smoothly as we just outlined. You may come up against serious roadblocks. For example, your physician might advise you not to pursue pro wrestling training because of the nature of your condition. Or maybe your doctor agrees, but the owner of the pro wrestling training school where you want to enroll won't agree to take you on as a student. Or any number of variations therein. All of those are possible, of course. Just because you are unable to train for a career as a professional wrestler doesn't mean that you don't have some other avenue to explore the thing that we all love. So if you cannot be involved as a professional wrestler, perhaps you'd like to get involved in some other role. Could you stage and promote your own show? Could you get involved in the booking or writing of professional wrestling? Or what about the marketing or the post-production of wrestling events? If you wanted to perform in front of the cameras, a non-wrestling role might be an option for you, like being a referee, ringside manager, valet, or commentator. So whether your pain receptors don't fire or you got steel rods inserted in your back, your journey is going to begin with a conversation with your doctor. And to best prepare for your future in professional wrestling, you've got to understand its past. So let me walk you through 16 decades of pro wrestling history. My audiobook, Pro Wrestling History, 6 Threads and 16 Decades, is a wild ride from the American Civil War all the way up to WrestleMania 35, and it's available on Audible, read to you by yours truly, right now.